Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Xbox 360 HD DVD add-on. Now for those of you who don't know, HD DVD was a format similar to Blu-ray that came out around the same time that aimed to give consumers a high-definition video format on a disc. Now obviously things didn't go that well for HD DVD in the long run because you don't really see any releases of this at all today, but at the time the video quality was pretty comparable. Would have been neat to see if they had, maybe lasted a little longer, if they could made that work, but that's a story for another day. As far as the player itself goes, I'd say it's a pretty decent HD DVD player. It gets the job done. It's not as fully featured as a standalone HD DVD player, obviously, but it gets the job done, and generally you can find one of these a lot easier on like Facebook Marketplace or eBay or something like that than you could if you were just looking for a standalone player. And generally, at least in my experience anyways, a lot of the time you'll see one of these with a bundle of HD DVDs. So if you want to get one, I wouldn't spend probably more than $20 or something like that, bundled with movies as well. But one thing to note if you plan on getting one of these is make sure it comes with the AC adapter and the communication cable as well, because you'll need that in order to hook this up to an Xbox 360. Another, I guess, good use case would be if you want to use this on a PC to rip HD DVDs to a hard drive or something like that, because that is one of the, I guess, best functions of this compared to a standalone player, is that you can hook this up to a computer and it's still supported on Windows 10 as far as, playing a movie off of it, or there's programs that you can find online, obviously, that show you how to rip movies from the disc itself onto a hard drive. So, and in the long run, I will say HD DVD, the format itself, not the most reliable. There are certain publishers, namely Warner Brothers, who did a really poor job of creating the discs themselves. This isn't a Warner Brothers release. This is just a, I think it's Universal or Paramount, but basically what had happened was, I don't know if y'all are familiar with disc rot, but over time, there would basically be like a hazy sort of look that would happen to Warner Brothers discs. So the vast majority of Warner Brothers discs, unfortunately, don't work anymore, which is a real shame because stuff like Harry Potter, I think all of them up to Order of the Phoenix came out on HD DVD, and it would just be kind of a neat thing to be able to play them on a different format besides Blu-ray. Obviously, it's not as convenient as Blu-ray because pretty much everything now has a Blu-ray player built into it, but if you wanted to play something on a, a unique format, or, just have that kind of unique experience, you can't really get that anymore, unfortunately, at least with Warner Brothers releases. This one, as well as, I think, other Paramount and Universal releases fare a lot better, with the exception of, there were multi-format discs where one side would be the HD DVD version and the other side would just be the normal DVD version. Those ones also have issues. I think maybe they came from the same factory or something like that. But one thing that's kind of cool, if you do plan on using this on your 360, is that it takes up one USB port when you're plugging it in, but it gives you an extra one in the long run. So this, it doesn't give you a crazy amount of added expandability, but it at least takes recognition of the fact that you're having to plug it in and use up one of your USB ports on your 360, and it gives you one in return. So as far as that goes, it's pretty cool. So overall, I would say, if you want a neat little collector's piece, because let's be honest, that's what this really is. It doesn't really do anything besides that, unless you plan on ripping movies to a hard drive or something like that. Aside from that, it's kind of neat looking. It looks like a mini Xbox 360, and I imagine if you sat it on top of a, a fat Xbox 360, it would look pretty cool. I don't have a fat 360, I have a 360 Slim, so it doesn't look that aesthetically great, I guess, as far as that goes. But anyways, guys, that's about that. Pick one up if you want. Not really recommended, I guess. It's just kind of a neat gimmicky thing if you like weird old formats and stuff like that. I might do a video on HD DVD in the future where I show you some of my other stuff that I have. I have a pretty big collection of the movies, as well as a an HD A2, I believe, which is a standalone player that Toshiba put out that's pretty cool. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.